Well guys, we got something in the mail, and no, it was not D's nuts. It was something far, far worse. I just quit Turo by taking both of my cars off the platform, and so now I have 2 cars and only 1 Nuggs. Why would I quit? I mean, I just bought this car right here specifically for Turo just a few months ago. Why? Yeah, this cute little MILF right here. Turo is obviously like Airbnb for cars. You can rent out your own vehicle to strangers, set your own price, and make some nice side cash, and it's even a scalable business if you have enough cars, which is exactly what my original intentions were. I've also used Turo as a guest or a customer before myself as well. You guys remember I rented out a Tesla to look cool on my Instagram. So me and Turo go back. 3 months ago, I bought this Hyundai right here to daily drive and use my first car, as it is a lot nicer to rent out on Turo. The 2018 Toyota Corolla. 0 to 60 in 3 business days. I mean, this thing really is a grandma car. Over the 3 months, I made nearly $1,700 with Turo. And after expenses like car washes, insurance, my GPS tracker, it was about $1,250 profit. Not a bad side hustle for only a few hours of work a month is what I originally told myself, but now I'm realizing it was just copium. Because trip after trip, there's always been something that's pushed me to change my mind. This right here is the source of all of my anxiety. Now, if you're wondering what that is, it's a GPS tracker I put in the car. Now, if you're familiar with Bouncy, it's more than just a GPS tracker, as it gives you a lot of information about the trips as well, not just the location. I can get real-time alerts to how my guest is driving. Rapid acceleration, if they're hard on the brakes, if they're going 107 miles an hour. This is the slowest car I've ever driven in my entire fucking life. If someone came up to me and chopped my left arm off with a machete and I had to be rushed to the hospital that's 2 miles away, but the only way I survive is if I got there within 5 minutes, I would fucking die. Oh yeah, and the last renter who took this car 107 was 74 years old. Oh, my leg! These are things I have to check. I have to check their ID, so I'm not just throwing this number out there. She was literally 74 years old. Her grandson must have showed her GTA, and she really liked that. And then she has the audacity to text me saying, oh, the braking feels weird. The steering wheel feels shaky. No shit! You're going 74. Or no, you are 74. You're going 107, bruh. Go back to the nursing home. I don't know if YouTube is gonna like this next part I'm gonna talk about, so please do like the video if you're enjoying it, maybe even subscribe. But real talk, more than half the people that are renting my car in this area are renting it because they need a drug car. Most of the time they just have too crappy of a car themselves that reliably probably can't get to a weed legal state or wherever it is they're trying to go. Now I know that's a big assumption to make, but so far I've had about 10 different trips ranging from 1 day to 2 weeks, and nearly all of the guests that rent out a car for a short trip, like 1 to 3 days, they always lie about where they're going and then go to Detroit or they go to St. Louis. I'm not stupid, guys. If you go to Detroit and make about 15 different stops in residential areas that happen to also kind of look like the hood, I mean, maybe they're just doing DoorDash. You know that? Maybe they're just doing DoorDash. Now, I know the actual price I pick for my car is really important in the type of people that I get. Let's just be honest. If I were to rent my car out for $30 a day, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We're going to get the welfare squad. So I have this issue where if I go closer to $50 a day, it seems like the car almost never gets booked, or at least not nearly as consistently. And then if I go closer to $40 a day, I'm then the cheapest car on the platform, and as you can tell, that unfortunately leads to some low-class people renting the car out. Also, Turo does not like you to pick and choose who rents your car out, because you get penalized and don't show up as much in the search results if you were to cancel a bunch of trips, as then you're seen as unreliable. Now, as to the most recent event as to why I decided to take both my cars off Turo. Well, obviously I had the most recent incident of a grandmother who was street racing in my Corolla. She said she had a funeral to go to in Cincinnati. I'm like, you know, okay, I'm sorry to hear about that, but I'm glad I'm able to help you by providing you a vehicle, right? She never went to Cincinnati. In fact, she never went anywhere near Cincinnati. Actually, she took a straight beeline as soon as she took the car, about 400 miles away, coincidentally into a weed legal state, and also coincidentally into the parking lot of a dispensary. To get there, this is when she sped at the 107 miles an hour, so I don't know if it was buy one joint, get one free, and they were closing soon, or what the deal was, why she was rushing so hard. Maybe it was Turo was offering some sort of like deal with the dispensary, like rent out a car from Turo and drive illegally drugs back to Ohio, like get 20% off your next order. Like, I don't really know what was going on there. That's kind of weird. Well, what if it's not weed? You think I'm stupid? You think I don't know what weed smells like? I mean, my name is Nuggs. Sorry to disappoint anybody, but my name is Nuggs, as in chicken nuggets. Like I don't smoke weed. I don't care if you do smoke weed, power to you. I don't care if you smoke meth. Like, just don't do it in my car. Don't bring that stuff into my car, especially not my Turo car. Throwing the whole weed thing to a side, going 107 miles an hour in my car, she would have very easily been arrested had she been pulled over. She would have went to jail. The car would have been impounded, and I would have had to drive 300-400 miles there to with my girlfriend. Then we would both have to drive the 300-400 miles back, all for, at the time, just about $100. And I'm not confident Turo would have reimbursed me for any of that. Alright, quick intermission. It's about 5 days after I already finished this video, and you know, I'm cleaning out my car, no big deal. I happen to have some mail in my car I hadn't opened yet, and sure enough, I probably shouldn't say her name for legal reasons, was speeding past one of those little fancy new cameras that actually takes a picture of your license plate, and basically I got the ticket. So that's another example. Now luckily it was not when she was going 42 miles an hour over the speed limit. She was only going 14 miles an hour over the speed limit. And so it's a ticket of $85. It actually will not go against my driving record, so I'm just gonna go through Turo, see if they're gonna help me reimburse, like basically charge her for the ticket. But if not, then I either have to go to court, or I have the option of designating another driver, so basically giving court her information. I don't even wanna know like what would possibly happen had the camera picked up on her going 42 miles over the speed limit. Like, would they have just suspended my license or something? I really have no idea how that works, but luckily, it is just $85, so whatever ends up happening, I'll go ahead and leave a pinned comment below. The problem is these people are allowed on the platform with no repercussions at all. When mentioning both the obvious evidence that my customer was using marijuana in my vehicle as well as the excessive speed, Turo did nothing about the weed in the car, and as for the speeding, on their website it specifically says that you have to ask them first for there to be any repercussion. You have to ask them to slow down. I don't know. I don't know if that would work too well. I think one instance of someone going 42 miles an hour over the speed limit in my car should be enough to get someone kicked off the platform, because that's clearly unsafe. I mean, I knew women couldn't drive, but damn. And there are, of course, a few other reasons. Right now, the way things work is my girlfriend Kayla is actually handling the Turo business, most of, the actual work behind it, in exchange for a percentage of all the earnings. But the truth is, we have a lot of trips coming up for videos where we're gonna have to leave and travel, and that's gonna be really inconvenient to continue to work on Turo at the same time, on top of all the other reasons mentioned. I'm not gonna sell either car at the moment, and I also may pick up Turo again in the future. However, right now, that last experience kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm putting everything on pause. Like the video and subscribe.